Hi, this is Julian from the Cold Reading Company, and I thought I'd spend a little bit of time talking about my new book, Speed Learning Star Signs. It's taken me the best part of a year to finish, but hopefully, because I've refined it at least 3 times, it's taken 3 rewrites, it's going to be useful to you. So, what is it? Well, it's a cool system for remembering the dates and meanings of the 12 signs of the Zodiac. I've always had problems remembering the dates of the 12 signs of the Zodiac, and when you get around the cusp, which is about the 19th to the 23rd of each month, it gets quite tricky and it's very hard to be accurate. Only people who've really delved into the Zodiac and read it every single day tend to remember the dates. So I've come up with a system to make it really simple to remember the meaning of every single star sign and the month of every single star sign, as well as being extremely accurate with the exact dates of every star sign. I'm not really sure if there's any other books out there that have done this. I've never found them, which is why I wrote my own. So, as usual with my books, you get the book available in hard copy, like the one I'm holding, or as an ebook on most of the ebook readers. You get the book. You also get the flashcards. They don't come with the book. You have to register at the site with the link you get in the book, and then you can download the flashcards and print them out yourself onto these bits of paper. Now, there are obviously 12 flashcards. There's a few more, but obviously there's one for each star sign, and it looks a bit confusing if you're not used to the system, but you get the actual name of the star sign, you get a little picture, you get the Zodiac phone number, which you'll learn about if you read the book, and a few other bits and pieces, a description of what you have to visualize to remember each sign, because this book is all about visualization. If you can visualize stuff, you can remember stuff. If you can visualize my visualizations for each star sign, you're going to find it pretty easy to remember the month within about 2 days, 1 day. Some people have learnt every single month in a matter of minutes. There's a good chance you might be able to learn every month for every star sign within about 10 minutes if you're particularly good at this kind of thing. So it's worth a try. I think by about page 23 you're already kind of able to remember everything with about 87% accuracy. So that's pretty good going. Of course, not just the book and the flashcards, you get audio. Unlike my other books have tended to be audiobooks where I just read out the whole book. Because of the subject matter for this, that doesn't really make sense, because this is a lot about repetition. So this isn't so much an audiobook, but more of a kind of learning, helping exercise audio. For instance, Audio 15, Months and Signs. Visualize. This is an exercise for the first 6 months of the year. Imagine these combinations of images as vividly as you can. There will be a gap between each one for you to create and hold each mental image in your mind. So they're like exercises, really, audio exercises. There's 48 audio exercises which you can put on, either put in your iPhone or your iPod or whatever, play in the car. And once you sort of get to grips with the system, you can put this on in the background, and it just reinforces by repetition all the visualizations and the techniques that you learned in the book. So a very quick flick through the book. I put a few little markers in here to help find my position. One of the first things you learn to do is create an image for each month. That's very important. Months tend to be quite abstract. This is a way so that each month actually has a sort of visual image. Yes, you learn to connect those with the actual months and signs, so star sign images. And basically you connect all these images together in your mind, and pretty quickly, like I said, okay, page 29, the 23rd day premise. You can learn to be 87% accurate with people's star signs within the first 29 pages of the book, which is pretty good, really. Now, you then get sort of the bulk of the book where you learn about each star sign, and my take on this is to basically create a famous fictional character, or think of a famous fictional character which you attribute to each sign and combine that with your visualization. This means, instead of thinking, oh, you're a Taurus and you're bullheaded and you know, you kind of like a bull in a china shop and you get stuck, it's a lot easier for me to remember people like Chef from South Park, because he's always there for the kids. He's a sort of shoulder to cry on. He's the only person who listens to them. He sort of helps them with their everyday lives, blah-de-blah-de-blah. You basically connect a famous fictional character to each star sign. And this combined visualization of the month and the images and the whole thing together helps you remember stuff very, very quickly. We talk about cracking the cusp because I've tried to make the book take baby steps, one thing at a time. So the harder stuff is really getting accurate around the cusp, and I've left that till later. But again, there's a whole 3 chapters on that, which I've broken down, and we use a thing, as I've said before, called the Zodiac phone number, which you'll have to buy the book to find out what that's about. But it's a way of really easily remembering when the dates switch for each month. Now, I did talk a bit about talking about star signs, and there's a chapter and a few bits about exposition, because it's all very well talking about the star sign, saying to someone you're a Capricorn. Well, that's great, but it isn't that interesting, and you need to sort of practice learning to speak about someone's star sign in an interesting way so it makes some sense to them. Of course, this helps you in any kind of other readings you're doing to attach this information to palmistry or graphology or card reading or tarot. It gives you some proper meat on the bones of what you're thinking about regarding each star sign. Most people come to a bit of a blank, to be fair. Then, at the very end, I sort of break it down into 3 steps, because that's really all there are. And hidden in my visualizations, I don't really tell you much at the beginning about that, but in each visualization I've hidden certain elements which allow you to understand which star signs are compatible with each other. Lots of people like star signs because they like working out who should go out with who should marry who'd get along and all this stuff. So I've kind of hidden it in the visualizations, and you'll find out later in the book how to use that. At the very end, there's a character list of all the characters I've used, because this really is my take on it, and of course the characters I really like attributing and connecting to each star sign could be different to yours. There might be some of mine that you don't know. I'm English. I think there's one particularly, Lovejoy, from a BBC TV series, very well known in England, probably not heard of much outside the States. However, you've probably heard of Jack Sparrow, Willy Wonka, you've probably heard of Dead Poets Society, you've probably heard of Indiana Jones. So I've tried to take sort of stereotypical fictional characters and attach them to each star sign, but it's really good for you to try and make your own up too, because the more you think and the more you create yourself, the better, more likelihood you have of remembering. At the end, zodiac symbols, my way of remembering what each one is and how to remember them. And that's about it. So you get the book, print or ebook, you get a download of the audio and the flashcards, which you can print out yourself. I'm pretty pleased with it. It certainly has helped me get my head around every single star sign, and it seems to be received pretty well. And I'd love to hear what you think about it, and if you have any ideas for different characters for different star signs, I'd love to hear your thoughts. So that's it. That's Speed Learning Star Signs from the Cold Reading Company. You can get it now from www.thecoldreadingcompany.co.uk, and as you probably know, all my stuff is available on Amazon, Kobo, and pretty much every other kind of ebook reader or website out there. So I hope you enjoy it, and again, I'd love to hear what you think about it. Enough for now. See you later.